So we've got these steel frames, they're going to be the core structure of the door, and the client's friend was going to put these together for him, and then he fell through at the last minute, so suddenly I had to find the guy really quickly to get these together, which was good. Then I could get it done, and I should still have the project done on time for the client, but they were done pretty roughly. They're not quite square, they're not quite straight, so it would have been nice to be able to work off the steel, but I can't. So what I'm going to do is cut one. I'm going to skin this with 6mm ply, marine ply, and so what I'm going to do is put one side of the plywood on, and then have to cut my timber surround to suit how the steel is, to get these pieces square, and then I can kind of carry on working from there. But you've got to do what you got to do. So this is a piece that will go around the edge of the door. I just need to make a rebate to sit around the plywood. I had to plane it down to suit the shape of the steel. Yes, thanks for doing that. Then I could fit a piece to go across the top and the bottom of the door. And add a block where the lock is going to go. So the reason we need to use the steel frame is to reduce the weight of the door. If I had used a plywood core, it would probably be about 30 kilos by itself, and this door ended up being about 30 kilos total, and that's what we needed for the aluminium frame that it's going to hang from. Then I could fit the mortise lock. Then fit the concealed locks in the top and bottom of one of the doors. I added a groove to fit a weather strip, but as it turned out I didn't or couldn't fit the weather strip, as the gap between the doors ended up being a couple of mil closer than I thought. Then I could take my cedar stock and start cutting it into random thicknesses to make the blocks. At the join between the two doors, I just left a 1mm gap with these little spaces just to give myself some breathing room. But as it turns out, I needed to trim a small amount off these pieces anyway to make the doors fit nicely. So that's one side finished. Now I can flip it over and do it all over again. Before I stand the doors up, I can put a couple of coats of teak oil on the top and bottom. Then I could get on to making the door handle. So after all that, I ended up not liking how these handles looked and just made a set of simple squares. So putting the hinges on, I was able to put one screw through into the steel frame and 2 screws into the timber, and so they're on there nice and tight. Right, see that works. Sweet. And I needed to trim a couple of pieces at the joint of the doors just to make them fit perfectly.
Yeah, we see. Never joke. Never dead. We're playing then.